Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be my breakdown of the Overwatch 2 Battle Pass, as well as the new player experience. What is going on? There's a lot of controversy and criticism surrounding this. I'm going to break everything down for you right at the beginning of this video. You might be asking, why is the video so long? It's a live stream, so you are watching the past broadcast. So make sure and hit the subscribe and the bell button if you like my breakdown, if you like this kind of live content. If you watch my content regularly, consider clicking the join button and becoming a paying member. We do daily members-only talk shows, and we just hit a huge milestone. If you're watching the broadcast that we're coming from about God of War, I'm going to end that broadcast and bring everybody over, and then we're going to jump right into the update. Always remember, as members, to check out the Friday night streams. There's going to be a really, really good one with my wife tonight. We did hit 3,000 members. So let's get into this quick update. This is a Reforge update. The Overwatch 2 Battle Pass, as well as the new user experience, is coming under criticism as the design seems to be a little strange. I'm going to break down all of the info for you in this quick update, so hit subscribe and that bell button if you like this kind of quick update content, and check out Reforge Gaming, where I stream live. So I want to talk about first-time users, the 100 match requirement, as well as Battle Pass details. It's all going to be in this video. So according to GamesRadar.com, Overwatch 2 is going to have a new introduction for first-time players, which will require players new to the game to play around 100 matches in order to access all of the game's modes and characters. So, what will the new players experience in this? New players in Overwatch 2 will have, quote, access to a limited set of game modes, heroes, and some other restrictions, and Blizzard explains in a blog post. In the first phase of what they're calling FTUE, every time I see it, it looks like Tfue. They just swapped the F and the T. The first time user experience, players will rapidly unlock access to the game's various modes, as well as voice chat. You will also have to win 50 quick play matches before gaining access to the game's competitive mode. In the second phase of the first time user experience, you'll have to play approximately 100 matches to unlock access to all the heroes from the original game. You'll be able to sidestep this restriction by playing with friends, where most of the first-time user experience limits are lifted, but you still have to put in the time to get access to everything in the solo queue. So some of this, they have said, is to ward off cheaters, because it is a free-to-play game, and those free-to-play people typically jump into solo queue. I'm sure they've done their own research, and I'm sure they've looked at some of the trends and said, yeah, a lot of these people just make an account, jump in to solo play, and we're going to make it harder on them to do. Now, why are they doing this? Blizzard says the reasoning behind it is twofold. First, it gives new players a more gradual introduction to a game that has become much more complicated over the years, and second, it is, quote, an effective way to discourage disruptive behavior and cheating. In theory, the extra time you have to spend unlocking everything should make boosting, smurfing, and cheating on new accounts much more of a grind, and Blizzard's detection systems will have a big pile of matches in which to catch disruptive players before they hit the competitive pool. Also, you will have to wait on some of the classic heroes. Unless you've bought or played Overwatch 1, you will be without fan favorites like Genji, Diva, and Hanzo. One at a time, and then the old plus then the new is how it's going to work. After the initial drop, first-time players will unlock new characters one by one. As a general rule, you'll be unlocking longtime heroes first, with more recent arrivals available further down the list. And basically, this is because they're going free to play. According to Overwatch 2 General Manager Walter Kong, who was one of several Blizzard employees that spoke to several outlets during the roundtable interview, the goal of switching to a free-to-play Battle Pass model is to, quote, give players what they wanted, which was just continuous delivery of content. We knew because players have been telling us that's what keeps them engaged over the long term. So, how long does a season last then? Overwatch 2 will have 9-week-long seasons, each with its own seasonal battle pass, which will have paid and free tracks with 80+ unlockable tiers of content. Just how much is that paid track? It is 1,000 Overwatch coins, or $10. You can purchase these coins directly or earn them by completing weekly challenges. Now, the weekly challenges don't add up to much, so don't think that you're going to be able to grind for an entire season to get enough coins for the next season's battle pass. The more weekly challenges you complete, the more you earn, which is not the greatest way to phrase it. Games Radar kind of not encapsulating the idea. You get 30 coins for completing 4 weekly challenges, 20 coins for 8 challenges, and 10 for completing 11. So you actually get less as you go up, not more. You get 60 in total per week. You get the most for the first 4. And 60 multiplied by the 9 weeks of the season is only 540 coins. Now, this is getting lots of criticism. Locking players behind the battle pass, locking heroes behind the battle pass is going to motivate people to pay for those characters. They're going to feel like in order to compete, they have to just buy their way through the battle pass or slowly unlock everything. Challenges don't offer enough coins to even buy the battle pass after an entire season, except for maybe being able to, let you buy small items in the shop. So there are people that are unhappy about this. They think new users are going to be significantly turned off by this model, and many don't like the idea of some of the heroes being locked behind the battle pass, as well as the coin earn rate and the general structure of the game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Head over to Reforge Gaming, where I stream live. Hit subscribe and that bell button here on Reforge Updates, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see you guys right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. This is our second stream of the day, so it might sound familiar to what we did this morning, and I need you to do what we did this morning. I need you to make sure that you are on live chat so you can see what everybody is saying in chat, and if you're lurking and listening and vibing and listening or just hanging back on a nice, easy breezy Friday, I need you to smash that like button. This is our second stream, so I need a second like from you. There's 350 people here. I am curious what you guys think about this one. This one is getting a lot of heat. People are not happy about this. The game's launch is just around the corner. Overwatch 2 is not sitting well with a lot of people. They upset the pros when they go down from from a 5 to a 4, and now they're doing this with the Battle Pass and the new user experience. Yo, Stephen Marston gifting a member to the community. Somebody grab that one quick. Click allow gifts in the chat so you can grab that one. We would greatly appreciate that. People are putting some stuff in the Discord as well. Danzatasic's going to gift 10. Guys, gifted memberships are being a little funky, so some of you may have to go into your member gifting options and toggle it off and back on again. We did hit 3,000 members, and people are being super, super generous. Thanks for finally covering Overwatch. Thank you for the gifted members. As long as one of those gifted members gets claimed, all of them will get distributed later. They are going slow again. We're not sure what YouTube is doing. We hit a huge milestone, and now it's been slow going for those to get claimed. There we go. As long as one gets grabbed, Jay Vindictive grabbed one. All 10 of Danza's will get distributed. Stanley Warrior grabs one as well. If you guys are enjoying those newly minted gifted memberships, they're not NFTs. They actually have real value. You guys can get into members-only talk shows that we do every day of the week, except for Saturday and Sunday. And then tonight, my wife and I will be playing Just Dance together. Somebody ordered 5 bags of Life Roast Mithrax with a huge coffee order. Thank you so much. Who wants to be the next? Holt Chloe got one of the memberships as well. 3 out of the 10 already grabbed. Let me see what you guys are talking about here. Alex says, Battle Passage should only contain cosmetics, just like the 2042. It has guns and vehicles in it, so what happens when the season is over? Overwatch didn't stay relevant its entire life out of dumb luck. This one will be fine, says Broken Messiah. I'm not spamming, I'm just putting it out there. It is DOA. Okay, I put this review in the news. Not great. So PC Gamer is doing a review in progress. We can check that in a moment. I want to hear what you guys think about this structure. Mithrax has made an enemy today, says Zubair. I want to hear you say that to Board 86969 that I own. Super valuable. You keep saying the same Sofa King. Yeah, don't just keep saying DOA. Like, maybe say something of substance, Say something that we can interact with. Not an Overwatch player, but the monetization is not surprising, says Graydon. We'll be curious to see how the progression works and effectively cuts cheating as they are hoping. I will say, I love the fact that they're going to make it tough on cheaters who want to keep jumping back in the game. I really like that. Like, Overwatch 2 cheaters are going to have a bit of a slog every time they lose their account and have to start over. And I actually do like that. But at the same time, I'm also considering everybody else that wants to come in and play. Now, they did say that a lot of those first-time user experience restrictions, they go away when you're playing with a friend. So, in my mind, that means that you're not going to have to necessarily worry about that. Because the average person coming into this game late stage to play with their buds, they're not going to have to worry about some of these restrictions. It's mainly going to hurt the cheaters. Now, locking the characters behind play, Eugene says that's fine, but don't pretend it's because you're protecting new players. Here's the other thing, though, Eugene. I don't think the new players are going to be in a bad spot. Because the way it reads, the new players aren't even going to be in the full playlists. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this. It says they'll rapidly unlock access to the game's various modes as well as voice chat. You'll also have to win 50 quick play matches before gaining access to the competitive mode. So you're going to be playing in the non-competitive quick play without voice chat. They're literally just throwing you into like a casual funnel. You're going to be accessing to a limited number of game modes, heroes, and other restrictions. They're keeping the game super narrow. That means they're going to be going into quick play funnels where everybody has the same restrictions. They're all going to be running around with a limited set of heroes, limited set of abilities to think about, right? If they pay, they bypass all of that. Right, and if they do that, Eugene, then they're suddenly not going to be in that smaller playlist. Like, I don't know. I see it from both sides. Like, I see what you're saying, Eugene. You're saying, like, they're saying it's to protect people, right? But it's really just about making money. You know what I mean? Son's birthday party tonight. Play soccer tomorrow. Totally makes sense. Love you guys. 1 game will clear Genji for play, 2 for Diva, 3 for Cassidy, 4 for Anna, and so on. That's how fast you unlock them, says Paul. Yo, Mithrax, with a 13-month milestone, now your badge is gold. Needed a refill on my back stock after not being able to purchase for a while. No worries, Mithrax. Thanks for buying 5 bags of Reforge roast coffee. If you guys have never tried our coffee, you need to try it. If you've never tried coffee with balanced acidity, Reforge roast is there. 360-something people are here. Welcome on into Reforge Gaming. We are discussing the Overwatch 2 Battle Pass, as well as the new user experience, or the first-time user experience, the F2. What do you guys think about the way they have structured this? It's free to play. The Overwatch 2 Battle Pass has heroes in it. According to Paul, you unlock the heroes relatively quickly, which means they don't care about protecting them. If they cared about protecting them, they couldn't pay to bypass the protections. But paying to bypass the protections will likely put them into a completely different experience and player funnel. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I want to see, Eugene? I want to see if they warned them. Right? Cheaters can bait a bypass too. Good. Make money off the dum-dums. Who the frick cares? If some cheater wants to get banned, jump back in the game, pay money to unlock everything, and then get bopped again, good. Monetize those idiots. I'm all for that. 20-month milestone from Zubair, getting close to that 2-year mark. Thanks for doing a 2-tier, my friend. Light roast is heresy. True believers drink dark roast, says Zubair. Coffee's amazing. I gotta order more soon myself. Haven't been able to in a bit. Thank you for that testimonial, Dwayne. Many people in chat are giving you a reason to check out Reforge Roast. Keep in mind, it's not a sponsor. This is my coffee. It's in my house. It's our brand, all right? It's not that simple to get a new non-VoIP phone number. Compared to League of Legends, which you got to play hundreds of hours to play ranked, Overwatch fans will still play. Fuzzy says, you also have to consider Overwatch historically has released rather overpowered or very strong characters when they are new. It seems going forward you will need to pay to unlock them, so doesn't this drift into pay to win? Especially if it's either pay for me now for this strong hero before we tune them, or miss out and have to play a ton to unlock them. Well, the first time user experience in Overwatch 2 is going to funnel you into a playlist that is not like that. You're not going to be facing all of the sweaty, high-level competitive players who have all the new stuff and have all the new players. They've said that no, that you're going to be sequestered. So I don't think they're going to feel this motivation to like jump out of their player funnel and their experience and be like, oh my gosh, this is such BS. I need to spend money. I don't think so. I think we're kind of misreading this. They're putting them in a restricted, narrow player funnel. And yes, they can pay to get out of it, but that doesn't mean they're going to be motivated to get out of it. Does that make sense? You're not going to be jumping into games with fully stacked, all of the heroes unlocked players. That's not going to be happening. You're not going to be going into a non-voice chat, quick play funnel that's full of these players, and then you get angry because you're like, oh, this isn't fair. I keep losing to the new player or the whatever player. The newer players are further on the battle pass than the classics. I'm not defending the game, by the way. I'm just trying to give you perspective here that I don't think that's going to happen. You're not going to boot up as a brand new player and 2 or 3 games in be like, I'm getting beat by these people using the new hero. You know, the Overwatch 2 new hero is so OP, and now I'm motivated to buy it. Aren't they blocking voice IP and prepaid numbers? I believe. I wonder if when Microsoft acquires Activision, they will do like League of Legends and all characters will be unlocked if you have Game Pass. Yeah, maybe. As long as they don't allow people who don't have all the heroes into competitive. Well, yeah, it's all restricted. You're all blocked off. Look, they're putting them in the playpen. They're literally taking new players and they're putting them in the playpen. It's a soft-walled, like, you know, comfy room. If you're new and you've never been here before, I'd love to hear your perspective on the Overwatch 2 Battle Pass and the first-time user experience. We're talking about that right now here on Reforge Gaming. League of Legends does the same thing. New champions are usually overpowered until everyone buys them and they get nerfed. Yeah, I'm not saying they won't do that. Bro, people are going to look at the character restrictions, the playlist restrictions, and see a 40-pack with all the characters, the battle pass, and some skins, and easily buy that. The protections aren't going to work. And I think that if somebody does that as a brand new player, so you're imagining a brand new player, this is somebody who has never played Overwatch 1. We're talking about somebody stepping into the game brand new. You're telling me that they're immediately going to throw down money. Why would they do that? They haven't even played yet. They play a couple rounds. You're also assuming that if somebody plays a couple games and has a bad experience, they're going to say, take my money? They might say, F off, I'm uninstalling. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but the average person who installs a game brand new for free is probably very unlikely to spend money in that game if they have a negative experience. What have we been constantly saying about Game Pass? Game Pass lets you try the game and asks no money for you. So if you try out a game and don't have a great experience, you're not going to throw any money at that developer. Even people that enjoy the game don't throw money at the developer. They don't buy the game at full price because they don't have to. Now, yes, we've said that games with good monetization structure are a great fit for Game Pass because then you have a free funnel of players, and if they're enjoying their time, they'll start buying your cosmetics, your skin, your battle pass, etc. I can't see people getting into a competitive shooter like Overwatch and having a bad experience and saying, well, surely the solution to my bad experience is to give this developer money, to give them $40. Now, I'm not saying nobody will, but I don't think it's going to be this giant funnel that you might think it would be. Put on your dancing shoes. You're dancing tonight. We're playing Just Dance. I've been telling you this all week. Oh, that's not true. Short-term memory loss. I'm testing Blizzard said the game, it would have been too overwhelming for new players to not drip feed it. Yeah, so Mr. Pokey is saying, in testing, they said the game would have been too overwhelming for new players, and had they not drip-fed the character, it's a lot of choices. That's another thing. Like, if you want people... Again, I'm not defending this. I'm trying to play devil's advocate against the people that think it's bad. If it's your first time in this game, and you've never played it before... Don't you think that it makes sense to say, here's a small smattering of players, here's a quick play playlist, there's no one's voice chatting, just play and see if you like it. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee, a Reforge Gaming tumbler. Thank you, Silver Shadow, for ordering that Reforge tumbler. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are the best. There we go. Order went through. Don't tell her I said that. She'll make me cry. Zubair said short-term memory loss. She's getting old, isn't she? My only concern is bots in the new player lobbies. I haven't played Overwatch in a long time. I don't know if bots are an issue, but this is what it smells like to me. Hey, Lono, congrats on 3,000 members. It's a huge day for the community. Lono dadgum, that's right. If you're new and you've never been here before, thank you so much for tuning in. I am a safe for work broadcaster, which means I'm not swearing when I'm broadcasting, and I do a talk show like this all throughout the week. We already did a talk show this morning about God of War. So hit subscribe. That lets you talk in my chat. Subscribing is $0. It is free. So is the like button. So smash like button, smash subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Limited hero pool for new players is a good thing, says Deja Vu. It gives them goals. Oh, this Genji guy seems cool. Play till I get him and try him. I was going to try it out, but I'm not paying for voice chat. You don't have to pay for voice chat. You just have to play enough matches. What % of people playing those are actually new, though, and not from Overwatch 1? Well, they won't be restricted, Hopping Rabbit. Lono, it says that new players are restricted to quick play, not that quick play will be new players only, or am I mistaken? B41 is 0. That's fair pushback. I have severe doubts they are going to allow really experienced players to be jumping in to quick play, or into the same funnel of quick play. I'm sorry. I have severe doubts. Seriously. What? Even then, why is it an unlock? Because they're looking at the toxicity of voice comms and new players and banned players, players that get banned for toxic voice comms, and they're saying, you know what? Why don't we make you earn that? Do you know what I'm saying? The only people that are getting restricted by this are brand new players, never touched Overwatch 1, completely inexperienced in the game. They could be cheating, they could be rage cheating, they could be doing whatever the frick, the brand new character, brand new account, right? Because voice chat's super toxic, so new players are going to get bullied. Right. So, like, if you're... Think about it from this perspective. If you're making Overwatch 2, and you say, okay, what can we do to make a new player jump in and have a really, really great time? Limit the amount of people they can play as and with, and limit the fact that they can talk and can't hear talk. Why? Because those are all things that can lead to frustration. You want to protect them, then protect them. You want them to pay to unlock, then pay to unlock. But again, you're looking at only one side of it, Eugene. You have a unidimensional look at it. You're only looking at the fact that, like, oh, they can pay to unlock. Again, you're presuming that a brand new player is going to feel motivated to drop $40 on a game they've never played. Like, hey, it's our recommendation that you start here with one of these characters to get your feet wet, okay? And you think they're going to say, no, I want it all. I've not shot a single bullet in this game, but I want everything. And then they play a game and they unlock a new character. Now they have somebody new to try out. You have to understand, they're going to naturally feel a sense of progression that they're probably not even going to pay any attention to the stuff that you're thinking about. You're thinking as somebody with a full breadth of knowledge of the game and its characters, and a brand new player is going to be like, oh, cool, I played a game, and now I got a new character to try out. Let me try out that character. They play another game. They unlock another character. Let me try that character out. Now, yes, there could be a tipping point where people get, 5 to 10 matches in and they say, this is ridiculous. I don't like this. I want to be able to have all of the characters. Okay, sure. they might feel that motivation. They might feel that strange sense of FOMO, or like that strange feeling of like, I don't feel like grinding, I don't feel like playing. A brand new player enjoys 5 games and buys the Battle Pass characters etc. I mean, I just said, yeah. So we're on a similar wavelength. You think they're going to get 4 or 5 games in between, if I don't know, 5 or 10 games in, they're going to get fed up and spend money. That's the point. Try for free, pay later. That's why I said they have goals. It keeps them playing, and by the time they've tried most, boom, they've played enough to like the game. And to be quite honest, Eugene, if someone jumps in, gets a limited player funnel, a limited player experience, a limited hero pool, and that convincing them this is a good game, and after so many games they willingly spend money, I don't have a problem with that. Isn't that better than somebody buying the game and finding out after the fact they don't like it? They're basically saying, look, the game's $40, but we're going to let you play and sample the game before you decide to spend that money. And yeah, they're saying they're protecting the new user experience, but that's not all they said. They also said the first-time user experience is designed to make it harder for cheaters. And what'd they say? They said there's 2 types of behavior that they're saying that'll stop this. Where do they say it here? There was 2 things that they said. It's an effective way to discourage disruptive behavior and cheating, right? So it's an effective way to log jam people that are going to be disruptive or be a cheater, be a cheating piece of scum. So to me, I don't know. I am not an Overwatch fanboy. I've played the game. I have not played the game for probably 3 or 4 years, but I look at this and think this is probably actually a good way to treat new players. A brand new player. You got limited heroes, limited player experience, and as they play, if they decide they want to unlock everything, they can either keep playing and unlock everything procedurally, or they can spend money. Yo, a 3-month milestone from Heavy Metal Mama. Much love and mad respect. Thank you. And now their protections are gone, and they're in the funnels that the dev limits admits shouldn't be in. So your contention, Eugene, is that in order for them to be being truthful about this, you shouldn't be allowed to pay to unlock anything. They should have to grind. Don't you feel like that would create the exact same complaint on the other side of the aisle? People would say, bro, if I want to pay money, I should be able to pay money. I don't want to grind. I don't want to do that. Listen on Discord, just want to say TY for selling tumblers. I needed a new one. I like to support small business and family owned when I can. Back to Discord. Thank you, Silver Shadow. I didn't see that message. I greatly appreciate you saying that. Thank you. So we should penalize a newly committed player? How are they penalized? How are you being penalized? How are you being penalized by them saying, hey, if you want to unlock all this stuff, then play? The absolute horror of a game saying, if you want to get a bunch of cool stuff, you have to play the game. What a horrible thing to ask of the player. 19 months from Reaper. Yo, what's good? How are you, sir? Welcome back. Decouple the characters from the new player protections and don't let people pay to bypass new player protections. Yeah, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Eugene, if they warned them, would you feel better about it? If they were like, look, man, we've designed this to be a gradual process, and you're about to skip all that. Are you sure you want to do this? Would that make you feel better about it? You can argue the opposite. Why won't they just let me buy it as a new player? I don't want to have to play. Yeah, I don't want to have to grind. Like, literally, somebody just put that in chat, penalizing a new player. So he's interpreting having to play a bunch of matches to unlock everything as being penalized. Now, we can have a debate about winning 50 matches to get into competitive. I think that's fair. But having to play 100 matches to unlock everything is a little excessive. I do think 100's pretty high. We can have a debate about that requirement. Honestly, who have wanted to play Overwatch but hasn't yet? Yo, could we get 43 more likes on the vid. We need 43 more likes for 200 likes. Guys, you got to help us with these second streams. I think we're getting good treatment right now, and we'll keep getting good treatment and meeting new people if we're smashing that like button. I'm fine with buying the characters. I'm fine with that. Pay not to play. What an eloquence, right? Exactly. Yeah, Eugene's fine with them letting people spend money for the characters. He doesn't like that they're saying this is to protect new characters. But that's not all they're saying, Eugene. That's not all they're saying. They're also saying the first-time user experience makes it difficult for people to do disruptive or cheating. And if they're going to bypass it by paying money, that's a great hurdle. We've talked about that before. We've talked about creating paywalls in free-to-play games to slow down cheaters. We've talked about that. They're not the only game company to think this up. Yo, what's good, Dan? I was going to check it out. I won't now, says Eugene. Does anybody else feel like this first-time user experience thing in the Overwatch 2 Battle Pass? Does anybody else feel like that's a reason to not play the game? I'm a longtime Overwatch player with over 1,500 hours, says Danzatastic. The game has become an unbalanced mess, from high-ranked players just dumping on low-ranked players with alt accounts. 100 matches sounds steep, says Derek, but if you only knock out 20 to 25 matches in a weekend, you'd be finished in a month. Not too long, way faster for anybody else playing that it's their job. That's good. I'm all for protecting new players. No, maybe, not even close. Both are fine. This isn't that. Nah, no. Wait, so do you still have to hit level 25 in order to get into the comp playlist? You have to win 50 quick play games to get into competitive. To me, it adds another reason to never give this game a second look, says Creature. Really? Here's the thing I'm curious about. I wonder if internally they were like, this is going to be better for game health. The number of genuine new players that are going to dislike this is worth what it will do to protect the game's health. Do you know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep out the bad actors, the cheaters, the disruptive players, and they're probably just saying, listen, this is worth it. The number of people that are going to throw their hands up and say this is ridiculous, it's worth it. Because, those players probably weren't going to play too long anyway. I was going to give Overwatch 2 a look, but literally every bit of news that comes out makes me not want to try it or play it. Internally, they think they are smarter than the players. No, internally, they're probably running the numbers. They're probably running the numbers to say, listen, when someone creates a brand new account, and this account has never before touched Overwatch, we're going to make them go through this process. They're probably saying that the number of people that are going to do that, we're talking about somebody who installs and plays Overwatch 2 who never played. You don't have an account with ownership of Overwatch 1. They're probably looking at that player funnel and saying, most of the time somebody does that, they're probably up to no good. Oh, and if you play with a friend, you bypass these restrictions. A lot of these restrictions are only for solo queue. I don't think people realize how many 50 quick play wins is. Yeah, 50 quick play wins to get into competitive. Don't you want to put a significant barrier before you let people go into competitive, Wheezy? At what cost? They made the game free to play to attract new players, but they do everything they can to make potential newcomers not play the game. Only those who've been playing since day one are welcome. I don't think so. No. I think the exact opposite's going to happen for a lot of brand new players. A lot of brand new players are going to come in. They're going to have... It's going to feel kind of like a tutorial. Here's a handful of characters to choose from. They choose one. They play a match. They unlock another character. Now they have a new character to try. They play again. And they keep playing. and they keep unlocking things. They get an immediate sense of progression. They get an immediate sense of investment. And you're presuming they're going to look at the game the same way you're looking at it. They're going to look at the game and say, no, I want all the characters now. I want all the heroes because the heroes are meta defining. And if I don't have all the heroes, then that's not fair. Here's $40. I don't think so. This is the challenge of any long-standing franchise game. Go play a long-standing franchise game and see just how much even the most mediocre veteran in that game wipes the floor with you. And they're not wanting that to happen. They're not wanting that to happen. Be the first to play 2D action RPG. Shribler revision. It actually looks pretty good. View the press kit here. To request a review kit, fill out this form. When does it launch? October 13th. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night meets old school Castlevania. How long does it take to you? How long does it take you to want to buy a battle pass? Yeah, but doesn't you're saying buy the whole battle pass, right, Eugene? Like you're saying actually fill the whole thing out, right? You're not saying buy it and then earn the paid track. When you're saying buy the battle pass, that's what you're saying, right? You're saying that's somebody buying the entire thing. They buy it and pay to the end so they can have all the heroes right now. You're not saying buy the premium track so they can earn the premium rewards. When you're asking that question, right? I think people are going to think comp is the only way to play Overwatch. Oh, I think people are thinking that comp is the only way to play Overwatch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you writing? YouTube, please your channel name. Reforge. Best contact email. That one. One. Submit. You mean just buy it? How long does it take? The moment you decide to purchase just a pass, how long does it take? I don't know. They said there's roughly 80 plus earnables on it. Guys, we're about 30 minutes into the broadcast. Could we get 14 more likes on the video? We like to have 200 likes really, really quickly, especially those of you that came from the first stream. Help us out with that. A new player, how long do you think it takes them to buy the pass? I don't know. I'm picturing a new player that comes in, has a protected experience. They're not drinking from the fire hose of decision paralysis where there's like 25 things to choose from. There's a couple of heroes. They slowly unlock a couple more heroes as they play a handful of matches. And if they've decided that they like the game, and at that point, if they decided they want to throw money at the game, I think that that's totally fine. I think the idea that the system they've set up is somehow invalidated by the fact that someone can choose to pay to bypass it all, I don't think that's a very compelling argument. I don't. Because they could have literally set this up and been like, here it is, throw you to the wolves, you're playing with everybody, there's all these characters to choose from, you unlock characters on the battle pass, and you can spend money if you want to unlock the characters on the battle pass. So basically remove the restrictions and the protections. That's what you're arguing for, right? Like, don't tell me you're protecting the players when they can pay to bypass it. Well, okay. Don't let them pay to bypass it. Don't have any protections for new players. Just throw them in the deep end of the pool. And then if they want to spend money, they can. If they want to buy the battle pass, they can. If they want to buy all the heroes, they can. I think people would look at that and say that's more scummy. They'd say you're throwing them into the deep end so they have a bad experience and feel motivated to spend money. This is the exact opposite. They're trying to make sure they have a good experience so then they spend money. Isn't this a healthier exchange of value and potential customer? Like, a potential converted customer is actually doing it because they've had a good experience, not because they get their freaking head beat in and feel like they have to spend money. Like, we're going to limit the heroes you can use. We're going to limit the playlist you can go into. We're going to limit the voice chat. And if you have fun in that instance, in that scenario, and then you spend money, that's somehow a bad thing. I'm an old Overwatch player, can't play because of my phone service plan. Eugene says, have the protections. Let them buy the characters if they want. Don't let them bypass the protection. But I don't understand. Who says they're bypassing the protection? Isn't that what buying the characters would be? I think we're assuming that if they buy and pay out the battle pass, that all the protections are going to be removed. Like they're suddenly just going to be in the deep end of the pool. You can't buy your way into competitive. I liked the game for a few matches, bought the characters, now I hate it. Right, we're operating on the assumption that if they buy out the battle pass to get all the characters, that means they're then going to be in an unprotected player funnel. After all we've discussed and looked at within skill-based matchmaking, do you think that's going to happen? Do you think they're going to do that with a new player who just spent money? I certainly don't. The protections in the playlist and stuff. And do we have concrete information that they can spend money to remove the protections? Where is that information? As far as I've read it, they can buy out the battle pass. They can buy the battle pass for $10. Then obviously you can always pay to advance a battle pass to unlock things. Right? New player has to unlock more than just characters. Okay, and a new player can pay to bypass those unlocks? Where's that information? It wasn't in the three. I read 3 different articles on this situation. I didn't read a single article that said you could swipe a credit card to bypass these restrictions. Where is that info? I want to see how it's phrased. It forces them to buy a $40 pack to play comp. They can spend $40 and get into competitive. Or unlock slowly. Can you point me at this blog? I want to read this. I found 4 articles on it. It says it in the blog. You can't buy your way into ranked play. Yeah, I'm being told you can spend money to get into competitive. I want to read this. Even if you spend $1,000 on it, you still need to win 50 quick play games as a new player. That's what I'm saying. And quick play has skill-based matchmaking turned on. It ranks people according to skill. So a brand new player drops all that money, gets all those characters, they're still going to be in that bracket of skill in quick play, and they still need to win 50 quick play matches. I remember when the new heroes were released for free the day they were released for all new players. Well, the heroes are still free. You just have to earn them on the pass. You don't have to spend money. If you can pay to bypass comp restrictions, it'll be toxic crap show. That's what I mean. Is the official blog post on like an Overwatch website? I never said you could pay to get in comp. You said you could pay to remove the restrictions. Where is that stipulated? You're saying that's stipulated on an Overwatch 2 blog? Is it like playoverwatch.com? Let me see. Let Kitsune Dai, Overwatch 2 explain, Battle Pass shop, hero unlocks, and more. Is this the article? This is the blog post you're talking about? It says Overwatch 2 explained. It was published 15 days ago. You have to play the OG Overwatch competitive to jump into ranked right away, says Paul. Overwatch 2 releases October the 4th. New seasonal model. Each season will feature a lot to explore. With this new seasonal model, loot boxes are going away. Additionally, the shop will feature a Just For You section, introducing the Battle Pass. Our goal is to make the game feel fair, enjoyable. Oh, this one. Defense Matrix Initiative. That's the one. So you're saying in that blog post, I'm going to find that they can pay money to get out of the restrictions and suddenly be in the deep end of the pool. That's going to be in this article because that's the issue, right? Okay, so Defense Matrix encompasses our infrastructure. Let me make myself a little bit bigger here. Of systems designed to help protect the integrity of gameplay, define, develop, ensure competitive integrity, create a safer. Okay. SMS Protect brings meaningful change when it comes to disruptive play. This additional layer of security is an industry... Hang on, I'm in the wrong thing over here. Okay, so this just means you're going to need a phone, right? Yeah, okay. That's fine. I don't need to read that. Overwatch is social game. Okay, Eugene's found the screenshots. First-time user experience is an introduction into Overwatch 2 specifically designed for brand new players who make an account post-launch. We want first-time user experience to welcome players gradually to Overwatch 2, as we've seen consistent feedback from new players feeling overwhelmed by the numerous game modes and heroes. New players begin with access to limited sets of modes, heroes, and some other restrictions to onboard them gradually. The first phase rapidly unlocks the game modes and the ability to chat in-game, and the second phase unlocks the original Overwatch heroes over the course of approximately 100 matches. This focused experience eases new players into the world of Overwatch by teaching them about the different modes, rules, and high-level aspects of the game. Okay? And again, this is based on the feedback. Endorsements. Positive interactions deserve to be celebrated, so endorsements are being optimized for Overwatch 2. They will not be a single endorsement category per match. Okay, where does it say they can pay to bypass the restrictions? Where? Most restrictions are lifted while in group, so new players can team up with their friends at any time to play most any game modes. Competitive is the exception to this rule because new players must complete a specific challenge to access this game mode. Okay, so the restrictions are lifted here if you play in a group. Requirements to enter competitive mode are changing. We're removing player levels in the game, so instead we require you to reach a certain level. You'll actually be challenged to win 50 quick play matches. This gives new players time to prepare for the higher expectations that come with competitive, okay? You could debate whether or not that's too high. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about whether or not you can pay to get around the restrictions and the protections. While the process helps new players join the fun, it's also an effective way to discourage disruptive behavior and cheating. It's an investment to complete because it takes time to unlock game features. Competitive specifically cannot be accessed without winning matches. Disruptive players are unable to immediately affect the larger community, with things like voice chat and match chat unlocked after F2. Brand new accounts made by cheaters or disruptive players will have to play through the experience, giving us a chance to identify suspicious behavior. It says, this experience only affects accounts made on or after October the 4th. Anyone who played prior, as well as Watchpoint pack owners, will not have to play through the first-time user experience. Again, you haven't indicated anywhere where someone can spend money to bypass the restrictions. We have falsified that claim. That claim has been falsified. There is nothing in the blog post that indicates you can go in to Overwatch 2, get fed up, and spend money, and then you're no longer protected. That's been falsified. That's not true. The only thing you could spend money on, which again, I would need to look at the blog post about the Battle Pass. Can you pay to advance the Battle Pass if you want? They're unlockable rewards throughout 80 tiers. Can you spend money to like move through the premium track? Because the premium track gives you instant access to Kiriko, the new hero. We're excited about mythic skins. In total, these are all the unlockable rewards. It'll cost $10. Battle Pass progression. Here we go. Everyone progresses through the Battle Pass simply by playing the game as well through completing daily and weekly challenges. You can also progress your Battle Pass faster by grouping up for a 20% XP boost on Match XP. If you decide later in the season to acquire the Premium Battle Pass, all previous rewards will be given to you. Those who compete in the Battle Pass can continue to progress through the Prestige tiers. Prestige rewards longer the unlock, but in Season 1 there will be 8 unique rewards. You'll be able to earn specific Prestige titles. It doesn't even say that you can spend money. It doesn't even say that you can spend money to unlock the heroes. Yeah, where does it say that? Oh, you can buy tiers in the Battle Pass. Okay, you can. There we go. Okay. So you can buy to get the heroes on the Battle Pass. So that claim's true. Your other claim is false. You're getting all angry and caps locking in the Discord, Eugene. Nothing in the blogs indicates that you're no longer protected if you buy tiers on the Battle Pass. If somebody feels like, I want that hero, I want to spend that money, you said that was fine. You can buy that. The Watch Point pack? Yeah, but you have to buy that prior to launch. Read the language closely. It affects counts made on or after October 4th release date. Anyone who played prior, as well as Watchpoint Pack owners, will not have to play through the first-time user experience. Don't you have to buy that before you even get into the game? You can buy the pack for all the heroes. Okay, hang on. The way I read that, it sounded like you would have had to done that before you got into the game. By purchasing the Overwatch Watchpoint pack before October the 4th, you'll earn exclusive player icon. Okay, so the Watchpoint is all of the heroes. And it's saying they won't have to play through the first-time user experience. That means they won't be restricted to quick play and have no voice chat. That doesn't mean the protections are removed. You can buy it any time. It's repackaged Overwatch 1. Okay. Yeah, but again, there's too much presumption baked into the criticism. Just because I buy that pack to get all the heroes, and then I don't have to play through the first-time user experience, that doesn't mean you're suddenly not protected as a new player. That's a presumption that's not outlined in any of the blog posts. This is no different than virtually every other game with a battle pass or earnable things. Earn it for free through the battle pass, earn it for free slowly, or buy it all at once. That's something you can do in virtually every game. The first-time user experience is designed to be like limited choice, limited player funnel, better experience. And if they decide after that to buy that Watchpoint pack, do we know that they're suddenly not going to be protected as a new player? They can't buy their way into competitive. So all that means is they now have all the characters and they're not playlist restricted. So if they voluntarily do that and they leave quick play, like quick play is where the skill-based matchmaking would probably protect them the most. So where I don't even know where they would go. Yeah, the first phase, you rapidly unlock the game modes and the ability to chat in-game, and the second phase unlocks the original Overwatch heroes over the course of approximately 100 matches. This focused experience eases new players into the world of Overwatch by teaching them about the different modes, rules, and other high-level aspects of the game. Right. And if somebody says, I don't want to do all that, I want to spend money to bypass all that, I don't understand. That's somebody choosing. That's like somebody saying, I want to skip the tutorial, and then if they get really mad, they don't know what they're doing, right? Like, they're literally like, here, we're going to ease you into the game. Limited modes, limited heroes, limited experience. And you're like, no, I don't want that. Here's $40. I want everything. Let me bypass that. And you're taking up for that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get what you're saying. You're claiming that their claim is suspect. They're not trying to protect new players. New players are going to get frustrated, spend the $40, and then they're no longer protected. And I'm like, I don't see that. And I'm not even a fanboy of the title. I look at this and say, they're giving people a way to ease into the game slowly, and that will make a better experience for a new player. And if they pay to bypass that, that's their choice, but I also don't think they're suddenly not going to be protected. If they feel like they've got a firm grasp on the game and they want all the characters, great. They want all the characters, awesome. They want to pay money, but that doesn't mean all of the protections are suddenly lifted. If they continue to play in quick play, that's how they get into competitive, by the way. So the game's motivating them to stay in quick play. Well, then aren't they going to be protected by the skill-based matchmaking? They're constantly going to be matched according to skill, which means they would not suddenly be an unprotected player. Yeah, you can get coins from weekly challenges, but that's not very much. It's a maximum of 60 from weekly challenges, which is only like 540 coins spread out over the whole season. I don't think the coins are designed to be earned to buy the battle pass, because you can't earn enough. I think the weekly challenges are designed for you to get enough coins to maybe buy like a little trinket in the store. It's enough to earn every other battle pass if you 100% complete them. Yeah, every other battle pass would be free. You're right. You'd have enough. You'd have 1,080. And that's literally if you do every weekly challenge every week. Yeah. Yeah, Chris F., he's saying every other. He's saying every other. So like every... You would have to earn 540 season 1, season 2, and then you'd be able to buy it on 3. Right? And then you'd earn enough in 3 and 4 to buy Battle Pass 5. You'd have to alternate. I just think a game that's free, creating systems to slow down cheaters, disruptive players, and help new players come in. You can buy a legendary skin in only 36 months. Yeah, I don't think, like I said, I don't think, I do not think, I do not think the coins are for you to be able to buy a legendary skin. Like, a legendary skin is not there for you to earn. It's there for you to buy. It's a free-to-play game. Like, are we seriously going to criticize that? Like, look at Fortnite. How long is it going to take you to buy one of their legendary skins from V-Buck earn rates from their stuff? Like, I don't even think they set it up for you to be able to do that. A new player is going to get a few games in, decide they want the pass to see the Watchpoint pack, decide they're going to, for $30 more, I'll get all the characters and some skins. And all of that easing them in, protecting their new experience goes out the window. The problem is they coupled all that together, should be separate systems. Here's the thing though, Eugene, you're being so dichotomous about it. If somebody has played enough games to be like, I want the Battle Pass and the Watchpoint pack, I want everything, then they don't need eased in anymore. They've been eased in. And yes, they would suddenly have some restrictions removed, but if they continue to play in quick play, because that's the way they're going to get into competitive, they would be protected by skill-based matchmaking. If they're a garbage can of a player, they're not going to drop money in the game and get their head caved in. They're going to be playing with a bunch of other people at their level. Like, as much as I hate skill-based matchmaking as a mid-lane player, because it makes my experience hell, this doesn't sound that bad. There's only so much you can do to try to help new players. At some point, it's just on them. Even if they pay They're going to play with the same people. MMR is still a thing. Yeah, they're not suddenly paying money and getting into competitive or ranked matches or really hard matches. They're paying money so they can be like, hey, I played enough. I want to try out all the characters now. I like this game enough to spend money. Like, if someone likes a game enough to spend money in it, they've spent enough time, they've spent an ample amount of time, and they're going to bypass all those, you know, those quote-unquote player protections. That's on the player. I'm not playing Overwatch 2 then because I have to put in a phone number to play a free game. That's dumb. It's a great barrier against cheating. They'll be playing with people that didn't buy the characters. I mean, that is a potential challenge, yes. What do you do with low MMR people who just bought all the characters? If you're putting them in there with other low MMR people who don't have the characters, that creates the problem. I admit that's a problem. If you put people who are only able to get a couple of characters and you're putting them in there, if you're putting them in there, yeah, what's good, G-Funk? If you're putting them in there, I admit, I think that's a problem. That turns into a serious issue because then you're dealing with like, oh, well, now you're going to have people that want to buy all the characters because they're getting beat by characters that they don't own yet. Does that make sense? I agree with that. That's a problem. What do you do with a new player with really low MMR and skill ranking and then they're suddenly playing against people who have characters they don't? Role queue also exists? What's that? You're like, I want to play this role, and that's what you get queued into? What are you doing? My wife is literally dancing and warming up right now. She's ready for Just Dance tonight. You look great, babe. For half a second, I thought I was watching a Michael Jackson documentary. It's phenomenal. If I take my glasses off, it's Michael Jackson. Just killing it. Okay. No, yeah, that's fine.
Did you like that?
You guys should consider becoming a member for tonight. If you're not a member right now, if you don't have a badge and you don't have emotes, click that join button. Click the little trophy button at the bottom of chat. Throw $5 down so you can be here tonight. My wife and I are going to be playing Just Dance. We'll see who the better dancer is. Yeah, see, but what Inferno just said is exactly what Eugene's point is. If they're grouping first-time users with other first-time users, and you buy that pack, and it removes all that, you don't have to go through the first-time user experience anymore. That's Eugene's point. You're suddenly in the deep end of the pool, and you're going to get your friggin' head caved in. They removed all of the protections and the restrictions. My pushback was quick play would still protect them because that's where skill-based matchmaking would be like, this is a low-level player, which then creates a new problem. If they're grouping low-level players in quick play, and you're a low-level player that doesn't have the pack, and I do have the pack, I'm now playing against you with characters that you don't have. And that's a problem. Yo, Raging Snake, welcome back. It's not about protecting the new players. It's about getting people to buy the pack. I will die on that hill. The main reason I don't agree with you, Eugene, is they could have literally, if that's all they wanted to do, Then they could have just put the heroes in the battle pass and been like, everybody has to unlock them this way, and if you don't want to wait, spend money. Like, you don't need a new user experience to sell character packs, homie. You don't. You literally just need a battle pass with heroes in it. House Creature, he's good. He's good. He's got power and internet back. He had a little bit of property damage, nothing major. Keep in mind, role queuing exists, and depending on your skill level, it could take 30 seconds or minutes, and then it also becomes an issue depending on that role you have to queue to win 50 games of quick play. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and dispute, Wheezy, the logistics of that stuff. Like, the logistics of the required match wins and the logistics of, like, role queuing. I'm not... That's getting way down too deep into the weeds of things I'm not familiar with. I'm speaking about, is the new user experience designed to get people to buy a pack? I've not been compelled that that's true. The pack is just old characters. So your contention... Your contention, Eugene, is that they get the old characters slowly. Everybody else doesn't have to do this. They get the old characters slowly, or they can spend money. And that's why the new user experience is suspect. It's only designed to get them to do the watch point pack. I think I'm hearing your side. I just don't think I'm being compelled, because I still think it makes plenty of sense to say, we want you to slowly unlock these characters. Their feedback, their research indicates that this is a better way of doing it. And you're like, oh, they're just trying to squeeze new players for money. I got news for you, bro. That's not where all the money's coming from. The money's coming from dedicated players buying skins. Oh, you'll have all the characters, Mo. Yeah, if you own Overwatch 1 now and you've been playing and you got stuff, you'll get all that. All your characters come over. They couple the new player protections with unlocking old paid characters. Yeah, and I think that's fair, Eugene, because they're telling people in advance right now. If people want to buy the game right now, they don't have to go through any of that. They can bypass all that. Why? By buying the game, buying all those characters. It retains a certain amount of value. It's like, hey, all these people bought the game. You're not having to buy the game. You're getting all this stuff for free. You're getting all these characters for free. You can earn them slowly for free, or you can buy them the same way that everybody else did as they're coming into Overwatch 2. That's where I'm taking the argument now. They're honoring the people that bought Overwatch 1. Hey, these people paid for Overwatch 1. You could have bought Overwatch 1 a month ago or 3 weeks ago when we told you this. You could have bought Overwatch 1 and got all these characters and got some experience and figured the game out before jumping in. You chose not to do that. And you can take the slow route and get all these characters for free. Or, if you want them right now, you got to do the same dadgum thing that these people did. Pay money. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You're giving brand new players a way to bypass the purchase of Overwatch 1, which is what the lion's share of the people jumping in this game have done. They have paid for Overwatch 1. And you're giving these people a free route to getting everything. Or they can pay. I don't have a problem with the paid for characters. You have a problem because they're saying it's protecting them. Which it is at some level. Restricting how many characters they can choose and restricting how many things they can do and play, it actually is protecting them. When I played League of Legends, I was overwhelmed. It's good that Overwatch is making new players slowly learn the heroes. Guys, thank you for a strong turnout for our second stream of the day. Sometimes the second streams have been a little funky, and we greatly appreciate it. We do. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you're smashing the like button. We only need 40 more likes to hit the next like milestone. Those like milestones really, really help us out. It's free to smash like. It's free to hit subscribe. Welcome on in if you've never been here before. I'm a Safe for Work broadcaster. Yeah, we got like 10 new subs in the last few minutes. Thank you so much for hitting that button. You're the best. Chime in the chat. Let us know what you think. Subscribing is free, and you can talk in my chat. They shouldn't be able to bypass the playlist and mode restrictions. See, but that's the catch-22, Eugene. If you let them buy the characters, see, no, you are gonna create a worse environment. And let me explain why. You are saying let a brand new player spend money to buy all the characters, but keep them restricted. So what you're doing is you're allowing a new player to buy power, which would then motivate other new players to buy power. Don't you see? Wouldn't that be worse? That's the catch-22. The minute you let that person buy those characters, if they continue to go back down in to the restricted areas, into the restricted modes and the protected playlists, you're creating a pretty serious problem. You're basically going to have people down there being like, well, this is freaking dumb. I'm playing against all these people who swiped a credit card and they have all the characters and I don't. It's not for protection, it's to make money. When has Blizzard ever done anything to protect players? Okay, let me take this one. In your mind, the world that you're painting, they don't give a crap about the player's experience, they just want their money. Let me ask you something. Do you think Blizzard wants a character, a player? Let me start over. Do you think Blizzard wants a player to spend $40 one time, have a bad experience, and then never come back? Or are they trying to convert players over to the game so that when they have a better, new, fresh experience, they might spend the $40 for the character pack, but then they also will keep playing and likely spend money over time? Which do you think their goal is? Don't you think that there is a dovetail between treating the player well and getting money from the player? Or do you think, no, they're going to treat the player like crap after they spend money, after they buy the pack, all restrictions are lifted, and the player's going to have a bad time? Like, think about what you're saying. You're driving that big overlord greed narrative so strongly that you actually think Blizzard's genius crack squad plan is to convince people to buy a character pack and then they're going to have a terrible time. No, this early player experience, this first time user experience, it's literally designed to create players through a funnel. They want you to keep playing. That's why they're doing it. They based all these decisions off of new user feedback. It's overwhelming. There's too many characters. It's confusing. I have choice paralysis. That's why they did this. The ultimate goal is to turn you into a happy player because happy players spend money. Why does group remove character restrictions? I don't think it removes character restrictions. I thought it just removed the playlist restrictions. I thought group play just removed that. Most restrictions are lifted while in a group, so new players can team up with their friends at any time to play almost any of the game modes. Competitive is the exception. It sounds like the mode restrictions are lifted when you play with your friends, because if your friends want to play with you, they don't want to slum it down in one particular playlist, right? It doesn't sound like... Now, obviously, yeah, your friends are going to have the new heroes, but it's going to remove mode restrictions. So I'm sure, I guess you could take really, really high-level players and go down in the quick play and try and beat people up, but then your friends are going to raise your group's MMR. It removes characters as well? Wait, so if I'm a new user and you're not, and I play with you, I can suddenly pick from all the characters? Wouldn't that be a great way for them to sample the characters before buying them? Or are you saying... it removes the restrictions on your buddies? Like, obviously, if your buddy owns all the characters, he's not suddenly going to be restricted to 3 because he's playing with you. That makes perfectly good sense. You don't want to have that classic scenario of, I don't want to play with you, you're too new, it restricts everything that I want to do. They can go into any of the modes, and that long-standing player can use all of their players. You also know that you're going to be taking a significant risk because when you go into quick play, their MMR is going to raise the group MMR. Like, I don't see the issue here. I really don't. It's like the only people that are going to spend money on this character pack are going to be people who play enough to say, I enjoy this game enough to spend $40 for all of the old characters instead of earning them slowly for free. That's not going to be somebody who feels like they're getting ripped off or squeezed. They're doing the same thing that everybody else did. That's fair. Everybody else walking into Overwatch 2 who has all of Overwatch 1 characters paid for them. And if you want them, either pay for them now, pay for them later, or earn them for free. That's fair. That's fair. Removed as in the new player can choose more characters. I have to find it. Well then, Eugene, that's a fantastic way for somebody to sample all of the heroes before spending money. How are you citing that as a bad thing? Yeah, if you play with your friends, that's a great way to sample the heroes. I'm not seeing that in the blog. You'll have to find that. If that removes the hero restriction, that's another great way for somebody to not spend money. I feel like they're giving you so many ways to not spend money, and yet we're concluding this is some sort of greedy, scummy plan. I'm like, I just don't see it. And I am not some Overwatch fanboy like just defending the corporate overlords here. Like, they've leveled the playing field. Every single person that walks into Overwatch 2 with all the classic characters paid for them. And if you want all those classic characters right away, pay for them now or pay for them once Overwatch 2 comes out. Or you can earn them slowly for free. You have like 3 options. Buy Overwatch 1 now, so you walk into the game with all the characters. You can earn them for free when Overwatch 2 comes out. Or number 3, try the game out. If you like it enough, you can buy all the Overwatch 1 characters quickly instead of earning them slowly for free. You have so many choices as a player. They're not like... I don't know. I feel like this is getting spun into a negative, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm just not seeing the negative angle. I'm seeing so many player options and choices on how to get all the characters. And one of the options is free. How slow are we talking? 100 matches. 100 matches and you have everything. You have all those characters. 100 matches. I know that sounds high, but you're talking about an established franchise. So every 100 matches. So you got to figure every 4 or 5 matches you're getting a character, and then it probably slows down. Like every 10 matches you're getting a character. So you always have something new to try out. Yes. Yes, Jesse, you buy Call of Duty at full price and you unlock the guns over time, yes. We need an Overwatch 2 members only stream on Friday night. Get Lono used to the game. Hey, man, I used to play. I was a pretty good Genji. You need like 200 matches in League of Legends to reach 30, and by then maybe have a fifth of the champions. Yeah. I have massaged this over. I read 3 different articles about it. I'm reading their official blog posts on it. I'm just not seeing the issue. I'm not. The only thing I could see people saying is, 50 quick play wins to get into competitive seems a bit much. But I don't know. I actually think that's primarily rooted at protecting competitive from cheaters and idiots. I think the biggest problem, this is going to sound backwards, I think the biggest problem with the 50 quick play matches to get into competitive is you're going to shrink the competitive field. There won't be enough people up there. It'll take people too long. You'll have this choked, narrow player pool for competitive. It'll be terrible. Just how popular do you think this game is going to be? You think you're going to have enough people to be sitting there making that the requirement for competitive? Games last 5 to 10 minutes. Asking for 500 to 1,000 minutes isn't bad. I think matches, only not wins, would be better. Well, no. We might be getting confused. You need 50 quick play wins to get into competitive. You need roughly 100 matches played to unlock all of the characters from the original Overwatch. That was my understanding. Hang on, where's my document? It will require players new to the game to play around 100 matches in order to access all of the game's modes and characters. So you don't have to win 100 matches, you just have to play 100 matches. What Overwatch game you playing for 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't know how many 5-minute matches you've had. Back when I played the games were pretty long. They were about 10 to 15 minutes long, not 5. If you're playing 5, man, you bludgeoned a team into backing out or something. We need 30 more likes on the vid. I need a lot of the people that are here all the time. If you're contributing to the conversation, you're typing in chat right now, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. On mobile, you do have to minimize chat, but please do that. It does help the video. If we slack on likes, it actually hurts the stream, because YouTube's like, hey, you're not getting positive response. So you guys do so well in the first stream, that gets kind of we get compared against that, because a lot of you are still here from the first stream. Blizzard's notorious for pay-to-win model. In what game other than in Diablo Immortal are they notorious for pay-to-win model, Hussein? Getting level 25 was slower than 50 wins, says Deja Vu. I have over 1,000 games in League, and I'm still missing champions. People who complain about 100 games don't know what they're talking about. What if COD said the reason we let people level loadouts in Warzone and in Modern Warfare 2 is so we won't overwhelm new players to Warzone with unlocks and stuff? I'm not catching the comparison. I've seen games last 40 seconds. Sometimes a team just blows through the other team and caps immediately. I guess in a really, really mismatched match, you could probably have that, a super, super fast steamroll. I guess that is a possibility. I'll grant you that. I will. We've got about 10 more new subscribers. If you're enjoying the conversation, make sure you got the bell button on. Make sure you check your sub feed all throughout the week. If I'm not on your homepage, make sure you're checking that sub feed. Um... Watch me destroy this team. Okay. I'm going to watch you destroy this team, and you're not even on your own setup, she says. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm watching. I'm seeing. Oh, man. A bunch of people fed. Ran up a stairwell and fed. Wow, what a god. I loved Overwatch 1. Great game. Plenty of hours played. Action figures purchased. However, this is where we part ways. I just don't like the direction Blizzard chose to take it. Done with Overwatch. What stops someone from throwing matches to clear their 100 matches, says Fonzo. Well, I mean, I would imagine that that's not going to be something that would work very effectively, right? They're got to be monitoring player behavior. Yo, Smashville just gifted 5 memberships. If you've never been here before, you should be able to click in the chat right now, allow gifts. You might have to click on the join button or the little trophy button at the bottom. Go to the membership thing and go to the dots at the top and toggle your allow gifts off and maybe back on again. It seems to be acting a little better today, but it still is acting a little bit slow. Envy Voids and Buzz Crash grabbed 2 of the 5. Thank you so much. If the remaining 3 don't get grabbed in this stream, they will get automatically distributed. Last night, about 21 members got automatically distributed when we weren't even live. So as long as 1 gets grabbed, the rest will be distributed. Paul says that a win counts as more towards the unlocks. Hey, it looks like gifteds are working again. Michael and Vinsu got those almost immediately. That's 4 out of the 5. If you just got gifted a membership, be sure to stick around. We end every day with a members-only talk show. Gets a little spicy because it's behind the scenes. And then tonight, I'm streaming with my wife. A big, huge member milestone. We are doing Just Dance Night. All 5 memberships got grabbed. It looks like maybe they're working a little bit better again. Infernal got 1. Have you tried Gundam Evolution? It's similar to Overwatch. I've had a lot of people say that. I'm not an Overwatch guy, so I don't have a huge reason to go play that. Why would someone want to AFK games to unlock heroes, not try to unlock comp as well? Yeah, you can work on both. That's what I'm saying. You can work on both things. You can work on getting 50 wins for competitive. The wins count as more for the unlocks. So you're going to get unlocks faster if you're winning, and you've only got to play 100 matches to unlock everything in the game. Like, I really think this is getting a little bit overbaked. This is getting overbaked. Overanalyzed. Thanks for the membership. Welcome. If you guys got a membership today or sometime this week, make sure you get into our members-only Discord. That's a great way to not miss out on the content. And we hit 3,000 members today. We unlocked another emote. So thank you so much for being here. Wait, what is that? What the frick is that? Your premium benefits? That's another update to the UI. It's a big red P. They keep updating the UI. Yeah. That YouTube gaming, yeah, that's coming. That's coming, baby. Yo, Demonize gifted 5 more members to the community. Guys, click on allow gifts. Get in this amazing, positive community. Get in here. Hey, our little reaction vid to God of War. Look at that. That little sucker's taking off. You love to see it. You love to see it. That thing's gonna go. That thing's gonna go. I shred that article. If you guys like reaction content, make sure you're subscribed to the Reforge Reacts channel, because I reacted to an article about God of War, and it is a doozy. It looks like gifteds are acting funky again because Demon Eyes aren't getting grabbed. Guys, make sure and toggle that. Make sure and toggle the members, the allow gifts. You might have to toggle it off and back on again. I don't want to see these ones just sit there. Sky says, I'm not playing Overwatch 2, but it has nothing to do with the way they've set this up. I don't have an issue with it. Eugene says, just tell me the goal is to protect new players and then provide a way to pay to get around it. If you want to protect them. That's it. It's that simple. I don't believe you. Hey, guys, we really need new drivers to go through this training course to protect them and to make roads safer. But if you play this free, you can skip the course, and here's your Ferrari, have fun. I mean, I just don't think that's an equivalency at all. I don't think that's an equivalency. We need 10 more likes on the video. That's somebody saying, like, I'm going to risk, severe injury or something. Like, somebody coming into Overwatch and gets 5 or 10 games in and decides, you know what? I want to buy all the original characters. As I've said numerous times, it's fair. They're telling people in advance right now, you can buy Overwatch 1. You'll have all the characters going in. You will own these characters. And everybody going into Overwatch 2 who hits the ground running with those characters has them. And if you come into the game and you don't have them, they're going to give you a very restricted experience so that you can get eased into the game. And if some point along that way, you decide that you want to jump into the deep end of the pool, you want all the characters, you want the mode restrictions removed, and you want to spend money, that's your choice. They're letting you do that. It's like, it would be like, hey, it's your first time bowling, so we're going to put the bumpers up to protect your experience. And after you throw 3 or 4 frames, you say, you know what? Give me the heavier ball. I'll pay money to bring the bumpers down. And you make it harder on yourself because you feel like that's what you want to do. Like, again, I don't see a problem with that. This is not designed to squeeze the player to have a bad time and then spend money. It seems like, no, the average person that picks up this game, think about what's going to happen. The average player who picks this game up and has never played Overwatch before, has no idea what this game is or what it's about, is going to have this very stripped down experience. And if they decide they like it, they can either keep playing and unlock everything slowly, or they can spend money. They have 2 choices. That's it. Now, if they didn't protect the players, you're running the risk of turning people off to the game before they've even given it a fair shake. They're getting into the game and they're almost instantly saying, oh man, like, this is too hard, this is too bad, and they don't even give it a shot. They don't even give it a fair shake. Aaron Claypool says, somebody taking inspiration from a really popular game is not an indictment of the game continuing to look like itself. I don't know why he's quoting that and then putting a link to my own stream as a comment. I love to push my progress in a game until I'm really tempted to buy the game. Then I know I've reached my limit. I either withdraw or I dive into the store. Right. The reality is somewhere in between your take and mine. They're definitely not being that charitable. Your reading is charitable, Eugene, and I'm not. I'm not reading it as charitable. They do want to protect new players because they want new players to enjoy the game and spend money. And they know that won't happen if they just throw them into the deep end of the pool. But they also know that players will get to the point where they say, I just want everything right now. So they're going to make money off that instinct. They're going to make money off that feeling. They 100% want players to be protected. They do. But it's not because they want to, they're not being nice, oh, the poor new players. They're not doting on them. They want their money. And the best way to get somebody's money is for them to be having a good time. Established franchises are always going to deal with this, by the way. This isn't unique to Overwatch. So I'm not saying it's not motivated by money. I'm just saying in a different way. It's motivated by money. They want you to come in, and they don't want you to hear some zit-faced jerk being like, you suck, uninstall, you're bad, why are you even playing this game? And it's like their first game. It's like their first game. They're like, what the frick is going on? And you're getting to my issue. They're protecting them until they decide to pay. Once they pay, they don't give. Well, no, I don't agree with that either. You're creating a false dichotomy that once they pay money, they don't give an F. Again, you're creating an instance that doesn't exist. There's no business in the gaming world alive that's like, they bought the characters. That's all we wanted. Suck it. Now you're in the bad funnel. No, they want money. They want more money from them. They want them to keep playing. They want them to buy skins and trinkets and Season 2's Battle Pass. So this idea that they're going to be like, oh, you bought that pack and now you have all the old characters, boop, and they kick them out of the bird's nest and the person's like, no, oh, I'm having such a bad time now. That's not true at all. They're still going to be babied by MMR. Yo, thanks for 6 months, Just a Fat Gamer. I changed my name, but I'm still fat. Choose slower. Quit being gross. If protection was the goal, they'd protect a new player whether or not they paid. And they're going to. Quick play MMR, baby. Most solo players are just going to keep clicking on quick play. They're not going to get run over doing that. You can't buy characters other than the Battle Pass heroes? No, Call of Duty's more crap talking for fun. Overwatch Toxic ain't fun. I mean, every game is going to have toxic players. I don't think Toxicity in Overwatch is somehow worse than Toxicity in Call of Duty. Again, Eugene, I go back to this. It's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. In your world, they should be allowed to buy the heroes but still be protected. And if they let them buy the heroes and they're still protected, that would be grossly unfair to the people who don't want to buy the heroes but want to unlock them slowly and are now with a bunch of protected players who have heroes that they don't. My friend here on YouTube sent me X triangle, like number 297. What the frick? Guys, make sure you're clicking that green box at the top of the chat and then click allow gifts. We want to make sure that these gifteds from Demonize get claimed. And now the non-paying are going to perceive that they're losing because they don't have the characters. Right, but we don't know that. They haven't said like, once you go into quick play, Eugene, I wouldn't be surprised if you're in quick play and you're slowly earning the characters, you're going to be in your own funnel. And if you go into quick play and you bought all the old characters, you're going to be in your own funnel. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you right now, Eugene, there are people coming from Overwatch to Overwatch 2 that, God bless their heart, they're trash still to this day. And they're going to be in that quick play playlist waiting to join arms and link arm in arm with brand new players that don't know what the frick's going on. There'll be plenty of people to put into the funnel to say, here's quick play, first time users, here's quick play, less experienced users who bought characters. It's all going to be MMR. Overwatch 2 will record every naughty word you say in voice chat. Good. We need to stop protecting the people. The internet's a Wild West. Yeah, but see, you're looking at it as if they're treating them like snowflakes. They're not treating them like snowflakes. They're treating them like potential consumers. Right? They're treating them like potential consumers. It's a business strategy so that you have a good time. Do you think it'd be a good business strategy to be like, welcome to Overwatch. You're just playing against some of the toughest players. And They're crushing you. Oh, and they're also on voice chat calling you a trash can. Don't you want to keep playing and spending money? No? Aw, you're such a snowflake. No, I'm a human being that's trying to have a fun Friday night, and nothing about this is fun, so I'm gone and you won't get a dime from me. Oh, by the way, I am Legion. There's millions of people like me that are going to boot up and play games that don't want to have to deal with some zit-face, sweatband-wearing trash person that thinks they're great because they're good at a video game, and they got to let everybody know it because they play all day, every day, and if you're bad, they're going to let you know it. They're going to stomp you, teabag you, send you nasty messages, and talk garbage to you. You think those people want to come back and spend money in a video game? You know what I'm saying? It's not about protecting people because, oh, they're snowflakes. They want you to spend money in the game, and you're more likely to do that if you're having a good time. I got good because I got crushed in MW2 back in the day. Yeah, and the player bases are bigger now. The funnels are broader. It's a different world, right? You're looking at it with this idea of being like, well, I played every day and got good at Modern Warfare 2, and I had people telling me all the time that they were going to do terrible things to my mother, and I just kept playing, so that means that's the ideal player experience. No, that's not the ideal player experience. You survived a literal crap storm and came out on the other end of it, and you think that's a good business strategy? Well, this guy endured it, so the rest of the consumers should have to endure listening to terrible language and awful, nasty toxicity, and they should have to lose 100 games before they feel like they can even win one. No, it's a business strategy. You're also forgetting that back when you played games like Modern Warfare 2, and you played all day, every day, and you committed to getting good, there wasn't a whole lot of other options out there. Now, throw a rock and there's a free-to-play game right now begging for your attention. Oh, does that game suck? Having a bad time? Not very fun? Losing all the time? Come play Fortnite. Come play Warzone. Come play this, come play that, come play this. It's all, everything is grabbing for your attention. And the minute you're having a bad experience, the minute you're not having a good time, you're going to bail somewhere else. Not because you're a snowflake. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, I'm a 40-year-old married man with children, and you think I'm a snowflake because when I play a video game, I don't want to get dunked on and have trash talk to me by some kid? No. I'm wanting to have fun. Have you ever played laser tag? How often would you go play laser tag if you went there and you walked into the room and you're like, this should be boop, I'm shot. What? Boop. I'm what? Boop. And then when you get out to the, you get out to the lobby afterwards, you're like, well, that wasn't very fun. And some guy's like, hey, yeah, I run this place. Yeah. Suck it. Yeah. Get good, loser. Yeah. You'd be like, I'm never coming back here. I'm here every night. I run this joint. That place would probably ask that guy not to come back. He'd be bad for business. He'd be bad for business. Who's coming back and putting up with that nonsense? But that's what you're supposed to put up with in a video game because, well, I toughed it out in Modern Warfare 2. I toughed it out in Call of Duty lobbies. So should all these snowflakes. No, they are potential consumers. And treating them with a certain level of onboarding is just intelligent. Make voice chat players all sound like chipmunks. Thank you for the 2-spot, Just Fat Gamer. Runs laser tag like he's Batman. That's what I'm saying. I survived cancer and it made me a stronger person. What do you mean you don't want cancer? Wolby says, I'd argue that when you get in the comp element in Overwatch and you play with someone who is unwilling to help the team in any capacity, whether it's strats or player selection, is worthy of criticism. Quick play is a moot point in this regard. Well, sure, we could break down the logistics of like competitive and ranked and like players that don't want to help and all of that. I was more speaking to the people that are like, why do they need protected? What is the deal here? The internet's the wild, wild west. People don't need protected. I'm like, this is not some rubber room, soft room, snowflake argument. It's literally onboarding to lead to money. I wouldn't even call it noble, Eugene. I would just call it strategic and smart. Hey, we've got this game that's been around for a really long time. We're doing a sequel. We'd love to get some new players in. We got to think about new player acquisition, new player feedback, new player behavior, and how we weave that into an existing player base. Yeah, you in the back. Oh, yeah. So I think we should just make them get good and just tell them to stop being a snowflake. Okay, great. We're going to totally, just let you go. We'll fire you right now. Tender your resignation. You're an idiot. So any other feedback on the topic at hand of new player acquisition and how we get them to convert in return users? How do we do that? Like, come on. It's a strategic, sensible, intelligent thing. There's nothing about this that is like people are too soft now. Gaming isn't like it was back in my day. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. Gaming communities are larger. Games like this are free. And if they can't keep your attention, then you're going to go somewhere else. You're going to spend money in some other game. You'll go play Fortnite, where you can play with your buds and kill bots and have a good time and laugh and drink a beer, and you're joking about it a couple days later. Nobody's doing that if they boot up Overwatch 2 and get stomped into dust and get told that they're some monkey nut crunching idiot. Oh, come on. Is that right? I just got in. What's up, Distorted? 2007 to 2012 was the heyday of gaming? I don't agree with that at all. A decade ago? No. I think games have come leaps and bounds forward. If you could go back in time 10 years ago and show someone Warzone and Fortnite and Apex and be like, isn't this amazing? Oh my gosh, these games are incredible. How many people are playing? How many people in a server? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the real kicker? It's free! Like, you would be blown away. You'd be blown away a decade ago. So, if you look at the, just the performance of games, the size of games, the scope of games, like, I don't agree. I think we are literally on the precipice of the golden age of gaming, and people are just too busy navel-gazing and whining about stuff that doesn't matter to see it. Do you remember Lawbreakers and them telling people to get good or play a different game? Yeah, how'd that work out for them? Don't like it? Don't watch. Peace. Yeah, ask G4 how that worked out. Yeah, ask G4 how that worked out. Look what happens when you treat your consumers that way. Adapt to what we think is best or get out. Okay, I'm going to choose getting out. Enjoy your rapid descent into irrelevancy. Lawbreakers is laid to rest next to Anthem. No, it's not. Lawbreakers is in some parking lot where they forgot to pay the lease, and they haven't been buried yet. Anthem actually got a proper burial. It deserves more respect than that. Deserves more respect than that. That's pretty funny. Oh, man. Skate or die, I prefer death. Creature, are you seeing this? The week that we don't do the show at 2 o'clock, mid 300s to carry over. Are you kidding me? The 1 week we don't do it. That's where the toxic comments come from, the ranked portion of this game. I played Overwatch from its dawn in 2015 to around 2020 when I returned to Destiny, but a vast majority of the grief comes from your own team rather than the opposing players. I know I had that thought. Hey, listen, if you're usually here, if you're on YouTube on Fridays around this time, typically we are doing a podcast. I do a podcast with two of my buddies, 30 and So Gaming and Ginger Prime. If you like podcasts with more than just one person talking, make sure you guys have your bell button pressed. Make sure you're in the Discord. We want to see bigger turnouts for the roundtable. We're going to adjust some things so that each episode is about one topic. We'll talk about more than one topic, but there'll be a central topic. That'll make the thumbnail and the description a little bit clearer to you, the audience members. That will be an adjustment going forward. The thumbnails will probably also look a little bit similar to what you're accustomed to seeing in your feed. Up to now, the Reforge Roundtable thumbnail is a big departure from what typically hits your sub feed on this channel. We'd love to see a lot more of you there. I think a lot of you would enjoy that show, but Fridays have been a little weird for us the last couple of weeks, and today has been wonderful. So thank you for the huge turnout. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the new subscriptions and the memberships. We greatly appreciate it. And we would love to see you guys on those roundtables. So those will continue in the future. We'll have, 30 and Ginger. And, thoughts out to 30. His area is not a fun place right now. Yeah, I haven't even talked to him. What happened with his property? Are they, obviously I'm assuming they're safe. I've not heard from him, no. It sounds like Creature has heard from him. I have been so knee deep, I haven't even had a chance to ask him. I haven't even had a chance to ask him how things are going. Battlefield 2042 can put this funny operators deep in. Anthem was brought out of the parking lot, shot, and left to rot before EA pulled the plug. Haven't heard from him. I know his power has been out. Oh, his power has to be out. Oh, okay. He lives not too far from me. Okay. Oh, he's fine. Broken trees and fences. The cows got out. He got power back this morning? Oh, okay. So it sounds like it's been bad, but not like hopefully not life-changing bad. Like storms like that, man, they can really be bad. They can really do a number. You know what I'm saying? Really can. So hang on. Okay. One of our better are the girls on my soccer team. They can RSVP to games, and I saw this girl's name, and I thought it said no, and I was like, oh no. She's great. She's got field hockey experience, and this is her first time playing, and she's been phenomenal. She takes instructions so well. Like, I tell her to do something differently on defense, and she immediately does it. I love it. And so I was so worried she responded no, but she responded yes. We only have a couple games left. I've been so proud of them, man. These girls have been playing so well. The improvement's been so dope to see. It's so cool. 8 and 9-year-olds just getting out there and digging in and trying to be better. I'm being hyperbolic, but don't tell me you want to protect new players and then let them pay to bypass. Not just pay, incentivize them to bypass. Hey, we limited your characters and modes to protect you, but for a small fee you can access it all. We want to protect you. Right, but again, I feel like you're painting it with a brush they're not painting it with. They want brand new players to walk in and it's safe. It's safe. And if they want to stay there, they can. If they don't want to stay there, they also have that choice. I don't agree that they're incentivizing you to bypass it. I don't agree with that. You have plenty of incentivization to not bypass it. Games are probably easier. You're slowly unlocking characters for free. It doesn't cost you any money. If you're having fun, why disrupt that, right? I don't agree with that. I think you're painting it with a brushstroke of we're going to protect you. And then you're like, yeah, but I don't like this protection. Some people might actually enjoy it. Some people might actually enjoy it. Then maybe look, man, this is great. I'm winning games. I'm slowly winning games to unlock competitive. I have to play 100 games to unlock everything, and they're being really enjoyable games. And if I buy all the characters and remove all these restrictions, I'm opening myself up to things that won't be like this. I got news for you, Eugene. That's what I would do. I would literally choose the free route. Why not? Why not have your first 100 games be just protected, maybe even described as easy street. Why wouldn't you just stay there? It's cozy, it's warm, and you're slowly getting characters, and you can really master a character before getting another one. I 100% would do that. I would literally get this game with a new account so I could go through that experience and not step into the Wild West of Overwatch. Because I'll tell you what I would do. I'd probably get right around game 70, and I'd be like, yeah, this has been fun. I'm going to go play something else. And I never got thrown to the wolves. I never spent a dime. There's going to be plenty of people that feel like they're in a cozy sleeping bag and can just enjoy their time in the game and not feel like they have to spend any money. Something tells me they're not going to want players. Something tells me they're not going to want players. Their protection will be ended. What does that sentence mean? Something tells me they're not going to, they're not going to warn players their protection will be ended. Well, I would like to see the menu system, because if it opens up and it says, this is your first time user experience, we have restricted certain things so that you can get accustomed to the game and slowly ease into it. You're going to have certain protections and things and modes that aren't available to you. I would assume anybody reading that with even like the lowest level of intelligence would know, well, if I pay to bypass all this, I'm not going to be protected anymore. I'm going to be jumping in to the general population of the game. Don't you remember boot camp in, Black Ops 1? People loved boot camp. People made new accounts to get back into boot camp because they liked hanging out down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it feels cozy and warm and they're having a good time, I would imagine the average person would say, what do I want to do more? Do I want to continue having fun, or do I want to spend $40 for a bunch of characters that I can earn for free? Like, look at the people that do that with Fortnite, homie. There are people that literally never spend a dime in Fortnite. They get the battle pass, they save the V-Bucks, and they buy the next one. They do the challenges, they do the unlocks. There are people that love playing that way. There's a lot of people that are likely going to play this game that way. There's also people that are going to be like, you know what? I know what I'm doing. Take the training wheels off, baby. Give me all the characters. Let me jump in. I hated boot camp IRL, not cozy and warm. Oh, well, certainly not. All the veterans in chat are like, boot camp? Who wanted to go back to boot camp? Blizzard's reusing the meme. What, you don't have phones? So they've also provided a place for faux Smurfs to crap on noobs. Oh, sure. I mean, if somebody wants to do that, Eugene, create a new account and go down into a restricted mode playlist and restricted heroes. Yeah. I mean, I to a certain extent, what are you going to do with players that go, they figure out, they do everything they can to do that. They do everything they can to circumvent real challenge. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there will be people that do that, Eugene. Yes, you're joking. You put a kappa, but I guarantee you there's people that'll do that. They'll circumvent. They'll make a new account so that they can go and beat up on people in the new user experience. 100%. And that's one of the reasons they're probably requiring the phone number, is they don't want people to be able to smurf down into the new user experience easily. First-time user experience is intended to be a protected place. That's why they're doing the phone number thing. That's why they're doing the required matches. Like, they don't want people doing that. They would hope that you'd either get caught on the phone number snag or you get bored. Smurfs want a pub stomp and comp, not quick play. Well, maybe. Sometimes Smurfs are just literally soft in the head and in the spine. They have no spine. They're cowards. So, and they're soft in the head. Oh, this is fun. Like, what the frick? Like, they're literally just trying to go somewhere where nothing is difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the grand irony, is the people, being accused of being snowflakes or soft or whatever are usually just wanting to have a good time. The soft people are usually the degenerates that play the game in such a way where they take every angle they can to not be truly challenged and to not truly have a hard time. Like, they're the soft ones, typically. Like, the soft players are the players who go into objective-based game modes and farm kills because they're bad. Not that that's in Overwatch, like, everything's objective, but you know what I'm saying. All right. I have a couple of let's rejuvenate the debate and the dialogue here for a little bit. We've got a little bit of time left here, okay? Let me see. Okay. Do you think free to play is becoming a catch-all defense for bad monetization? Do you think that now we're in this era of, well, if they do free to play, they can just defend themselves against, scummy monetization? Do you feel like that's a thing? Right? Yes. What games, give me examples then of games that are doing scummy monetization practices and it's being excused as free to play. What Eugene is saying F yes. What games are doing this? I would love some examples. Didn't work for Halo. Yep, no. If I see free to play, I look at it as a bad thing. Okay. Wow. Look at the search on that video. Frick, yes. We're getting really good treatment on our reaction vid. I'm going to send everybody there when we're done with members. Oh, golly. It's doing great. Okay, so Diablo Immortal. Okay. Do we have any other examples? Because I was asking, do you feel that free-to-play has become this catch-all defense for bad monetization? Is that our only example? Oh, Genshin. Okay. Okay, so Genshin, Immortal. Seems like they have something in common. Like they're regionally, they're regionally set up in a way, mobile. Got my Reforge coffee, and man, this is good stuff. Yo, Stanbino just gave everybody a great reason to try out Reforge Roast. No roundtable today. Ginger's doing something with Ashes of Creation, and Mike is down in Florida recovering from the hurricane. Hearthstone, but it's always been bad. Hearthstone's had bad monetization? Really? Huh. I've seen a lot of criticism of games over the years. I don't know if I've ever seen that game criticized for its monetization. What do they do in that game that's so bad? MTG Arena. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. Wouldn't scummy monetization be up to the consumer? If people see it as bad, they wouldn't consume the product, but making the game free to play and adding crapping to monetization's a risk. Roundtable with Eugene on Overwatch? No. He and I have fully exhausted our talks on it. Look at the comments on the React vid. I haven't looked. Are we getting hate or are we getting love? I bet you it's hate. They're probably calling me a pony. Ragnarok is just an axe throwing DLC. Crispy Bogod, like people are going over to the video and just being so, you guys are baiting hard. That is bait. Ragnarok is just an axe throwing DLC. That is beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it's so funny. I believe Halo Infinite was held back by the Xbox One, so of course I believe God of War is going to be held back. There's certain aspects of the game design that just can't be scaled down while retaining the original creative intent. Yeah, it's like you didn't watch the video. I feel like people who say free to play has bad monetization assume that they should just have everything for free regardless of what it is. But if they have to pay for cosmetics, then to them that seems bad. Well, nobody is citing games where you have to pay for cosmetics, Drac. They're citing games that have, like, skeezy practices. Nobody cited Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cited Fortnite. That's a game that's free to play, and you got to buy all the cosmetics. Or at least buy a battle pass and earn some of the cosmetics. Camille, yeah, you got a gifted sub today. Guys, if you haven't done this yet, go into the join menu, click join like you're going to become a member, okay? And then click the 3 dots at the top and go to your gifting member options and turn it off, back all the way out, go back in and turn it back on again. We need some people to do that because there were some unclaimed ones by Demonize, and I bet you if some people did that right now, they would pick those ones up. Warzone, says Doctor. You guys think Warzone has... Oh, no. Are you saying Warzone's a free-to-play game with cosmetics? Is Warzone's micros criticized? I don't think I've ever seen the Warzone's micros criticized. Isn't it all either Battle Pass or cosmetics? Apex does heroes, right? If Overwatch did Apex, I probably would have overlooked the paying to bypass protections. Microtransactions isn't that bad, but it's like buying all the cards that you've bought in the Magic card store. Or card before, huh? How does Apex do heroes right? Apex has a bigger grind for characters than Overwatch. Yeah, what makes the way that Apex has done the heroes right? What makes their system right? Would be, I guess, the question. I don't think any BR should be free. I feel like it keeps cheaters in the funnel because they don't have to pay for the game again. I'm telling you, the 900 IQ play for cheaters is just to put them in lobbies with bots and other cheaters. They would get a ton of kills, and then they get killed by a cheater or kill the other cheaters. Like, make them spin their wheels and waste their time. Apex has an earnable currency at a rate that allows you to buy a battle pass or hero in a decent amount of time. Oh, I guess not the battle pass, that's money. Okay, so the heroes. Apex gives everyone original core characters. New characters are locked behind a grind, and you can't pay for characters. We just hit a little over 2 hours on the broadcast, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We have definitely hit the end of the slope. Apex is no longer to grind. Oh, Apex takes longer to grind. I tell you what we're going to do. We can't do Operation Gray Name because gifted members are jacked up again. They're jacked up again. So don't start gifting members because they won't get claimed. Hopefully it's fixed by next week. We hit 3,000 members, so we're not in any kind of a position to need people to go crazy. We do like to gift members right here at the end because we can pull you over into the members-only stream. But I tell you what, we're on the slope. We're on the bottom half of the slope, okay? So we're gonna head over to members. I'm scheduling it right now. If you're a member of the channel, you'll get a ping for the community post. You'll get a ping for the stream. And I am going to do a redirect, so I'm going to redirect everybody over to it. So now's a great time to become a member if you want to continue this discussion. Nadia just got busted. Did she really? 2 of you just came in here to tell me that. What happened? Like, she legit got caught? Or somebody just ran a clickbait video? At this point, she's just milking it for exposure. Hang on. I can't auto start this next stream. I'll give you guys a link. If you we talk about spicy stuff behind these members only streams. You just got given a gifted. Who's Nadia? She's like the single most accused Call of Duty cheater right now. She kind of rose to prominence with like clips of her saying she's like the best. And then people started analyzing her gameplay, and it was like pretty obvious that she was cheating. Okay. She's making bank. Yeah, she's making a ton of money by, you know, tricking and lying to the public. It's already been proven that she goes into VPN lobbies to place low-skill players and brag about her kills. Okay. Post that. All right, if you guys traditionally don't have good luck with redirects, I'm going to put a link in chat. If you can't watch the next stream, consider becoming a member. It supports the channel directly. Also, don't forget, members, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, my wife and I will be playing Just Dance to celebrate the huge milestones. We hit 2,500, which means I have to play, but then we hit 3,000, which means my wife and I will see who the better dancer is. So make sure you're there. We're getting ready to go over to a members-only stream, so click the link in chat if redirect typically doesn't work for you, okay? Hey, thanks for clicking on this. If you clicked on this, holy moly, we hit a huge member milestone. Over 3,000 members. If you're watching this, you clicked on the video or you got pinged because you're a member. Maybe you got gifted. Maybe you got an email. Make sure you set aside Friday nights. That's typically when I play with my wife. Not typically. That's when we do it. Every Friday night I play games with her, and we are doing the Just Dance stream tonight. She has to dance as well. We're going to see who the better dancer is. It's going to be hilarious. As a great thank you to everybody that helped us do it. We're going to be ending the previous stream. We were talking about Overwatch and the Battle Pass and all the criticism there. It was a really good stream, but I'm going to end that, and I'm going to bring people over from there. So don't forget, if you are a brand new member, it's a great reason to get into the Discord. That way you don't miss those announcements and those pings when we go live. YouTube is getting better about pinging people.